It's Wednesday, November 3rd here in Seoul. Hey everyone, it's Debbie from Korea Now with the headlines for today.
President Moon Jae-in has officially declared South Korea's commitment to cut greenhouse gas emissions by 40% from the levels in 2018 by 2030. This was a sharp rise from Seoul's previous goal of 26.3%. While addressing the annual UN Climate Change Conference, President Moon stressed that now is the time to act when it comes to reducing greenhouse gas and that South Korea will lead by example. Moon also said South Korea will join the global methane pledge to cut methane emissions by 30% by 2030 and also try to work with North Korea to plant more trees to reduce carbon emissions on the Korean peninsula. Meanwhile, recent data showed that large corporations in South Korea have reduced their greenhouse gas emissions by more than 9% over the past 2 years. According to Corporate Tracker CEO Score, the amount of greenhouse gas emissions by 197 big firms in Korea came to around 452 million tons in 2020, down 9.3% from 2018. This comes as a local law has required the companies to cut greenhouse emissions in line with the global environmental regulations. However, South Korea still has a long way to go before it can reach its ambitious goal to cut emissions by 40% by 2030. And the big firms have a huge responsibility as they account for over 68% of South Korea's total greenhouse gas emissions. In other news, South Korea has called for Japan to allow entry of business travelers and students to facilitate exchanges in the private sector. Seoul's foreign ministry said it has been consulting with Tokyo on this matter through various channels over the past few months, and that Japan is well aware of South Korea's opinion. Japan has recently announced its plans to allow vaccinated people to visit the country for business and educational purposes later this month. It also plans to cut the quarantine requirement for business travelers from 10 days to 3 days.
And those are your top stories. For full-length articles, you can go to our official website, linked down below. As always, make sure to subscribe to Korea Now for more daily updates.